We're down back in the lab. Got this mic hooked up to another mic pre. I never used before. Well, I never used to do anything like this, so I want to thank the Heavenly for the opportunity to be able to see you guys. Let me plug the other part back in. It fell out over here. Again, as much as I try to get my wiring system together back here, I'm about to bring people back here and get ready to start cutting. This wire mess going to have to get together. Go ahead and get together. Hopefully y'all doing well. It's a little late tonight. I'm trying to stay up till about 12 because I had to be to work till like 10 tomorrow to pick up some passengers. Is it 10? Oh, what time I have to be on there to pick them up? Let's see. I'm having a little problem with my system right now. Actually, I thought it was one of my A to D converters, one of my RMEs, acting funny. Really, can we please try to work with me? I gotta talk to my cables and stuff. I think these joints got a life of their own. They just want to make me miserable when I'm just trying to make things so easy. I'm trying to look at a Meldrick Taylor fight as well from back in the day. For all you old heads who might be checking me out, Meldrick Taylor against Chavez. Just having to pop up in my feed. All right, so at this particular point, I just want to set up my system to get ready to start working, and for some reason, I'm getting that. That's bananas. So what I did was, I'm going to save this session. This may be the first song I let be on the album since it's the first one I'm testing. And I'm going to shut this down. I don't think it's my interface, but what I'm going to do now is because I was really contemplating changing the interface out with this newer one I have over here. But as they say, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I don't think I want to add anything particular. But if I have to, just to get this album started and get everything popping, I'll just have to freaking just pull that one out and put a new one in. We exchange equipment out all the time, so you never know. Right now, I'm in. I got all the music I'm gonna do. It's mixed the way whatever mix I got. Like I tell people, I'll never get anything done if I'm trying to sit up here and be perfect when it's time to put out albums. And perfect example I always use is my last album, when I just used a song as a filler called "Why Not Now," and I'm just trying to fill the album out. Like I said, I want to give everybody 12 tracks. 12 tracks. Holla at your boy. 20 tracks all together. Whether they're interludes, wherever they were, I want 20. I don't like to cheat people out of their music. So, 20 y'all means, right? 20 tracks. And I found this other track called Why Not Now. And you can check it out on SoundCloud. You check out my links, Why Not Now. I'll put my links to all my music down below once I'm done. And on SoundCloud, you find it other places as well. It's called the RaJuR Sounds Project. And that song is just an instrumental. Got more plays than any song I have on that album put together. 52,000 plays. Now for me, that's a major accomplishment because I don't even promote myself. And half the people I usually give my SoundCloud information to, they don't go. So I don't really, I just don't like begging people to do something that I figure so you can just do. Just how if you don't want to listen to the music, that's fine too. Some I have my more common my common followers, my homeboys, they always checking the music out. But for the most part, a lot of people don't. I'm tired of check my music out. Whatever, man. So I don't even do that anymore. But for the sake of getting this album done, I want to try to do a little bit more promotion with this album. And that is why I am now in the mixdown phase. And, well, not really in the mixdown phase. I'm in the set the music up phase. So now when I start writing the songs and everything, I got an idea. I can just go back in my booth and I can lay the idea and then I can have someone come over and, work out the particulars, like singing on it or playing an instrument on it, whatever I decide to do. That's what we're going to do. So right now we're lit up. Like I said, usually be like 1,000 wires over here in my situation. All the wires are out now, and we only need a couple wires. Hold on. Lot less, because I'm not recording anymore. Unless somebody come through and say, well, can you make me a song or something like that? Then I might hook all this stuff back up to the point that I can get a song done. But for the most part, as far as me and the album is concerned, this is time to get busy. And put this music up and get ready to start working on it. As far as adding guitars and all that stuff I might want to put on there. All right. All right, so here we go. Let me see if I can add. Let me open up. Open session recent. Okay, one. If I got to change the interface, I'd rather just get it done now. I've been trying to get all this stuff lined up all day, pretty much. So right now it's nice and clean, right? But it seems sometime, somewhere during this process, all of a sudden the thing just goes crazy. And it just goes crazy. So, the way I have this now, it's coming through the compressors and all this stuff. You won't hear that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, no, you won't hear it going through the compressors or anything. So right now you're just hearing the butt naked coming through the mixer. But if I want you to, you'll probably, I don't know if I ever let you hear the final product. Yeah, you'll probably just hear, it coming along, making this thing. All right, so good. So that music's going good so far. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add, that's my stereo track. That's my master stereo track right there. That's the instruments, that's the song, that's the track. That's what we listen to. That is it. All right? So I usually do my same setups when I come to my stripping Pro Tools. And like I said, I'm using Pro Tools 9. I don't need Pro Tools 12. Legacy did that to put albums out. People do all that. They got Legacy this and the Pro Tools 13, 14, and they ain't did a goddamn thing. And don't have an album out, don't have nothing going on. So what's the point of having all this up-to-date stuff? Oh, I got Pro Tools 79,000 because that. And you never put an album out, never did anything major, and don't have anything going on. That don't make any sense to me. So I don't need to have all the updated stuff. I just need what I'm using. I just need that to work right now. I need that to work right now. What's my password? Oh, man. Let me now. I'm going to have to freaking... I'm going to have to change it on the other computer, and I don't feel like doing that. Well, I'm not worried about that right now anyway. I just want to make sure this sound is sounding right. And then we got to do the confirmation. All right, we reconnected now. I had to confirm my YouTube. I mean, I guess I'm using YouTube, so I got to confirm it. So it had to send me the confirmation on this iPad. I mean, Android, that Android, and my phone, all kinds of stuff. All right, so I'm gonna add 8 more tracks. And what I usually do, I don't try to do too many tracks. I might have one lead track, and then I'll have all my background. But then what I do with the background is I'll bounce it to a bus, or I'll route it to a bus. And that way, all I got to do is just worry about mixing down a 2-track bus. I see people with 5,000 tracks. And again, never get an album done. Never get a song done. Nobody likes a song. But you done did all this special stuff. Oh, I got Inkity Bacon 3 and Flippity Flat 4 and all. Y'all trying to tell y'all, I told you, you'll never get anything done. First of all, if you try to do everything perfect, it's not going to work. There's no such thing as a perfect track. There's something of a perfect song, but there's no such thing as a perfect track or a perfect mix. It's just not. Hey, all these guys, man, doing this EDM music, man. They can go to AI and say, make me an EDM song and put it up, and you ain't had to touch nothing. You see what I'm saying? So I don't even get down like that, man. So anyway, right now I'm going to use my SSL Sonic Logic G channel plugin, and I use that. And here we go. So I don't know whether I have a hardware problem that's going on down there using this system, because everything was sounding pretty smooth at first. I'm like, everything is cool, and then we get back to that, and I don't think it's my interface, because when I took the sound that's coming out of Pro Tools now, put it right in my mixer, bypassing interface, sounded fine. So I know it's not the interface. So I really don't know what it is that I'm getting this. Maybe you need a new computer, Raj. Maybe you do need a new interface. Maybe you do. Well, I'm going to have to find out soon enough because this is not going to be happening every time I come down here. It was working fine, right? We ain't had no problem. I'm going to close down Pro Tools again. And I will not. I'll save it. I can save that. Right? I'm going to shut down the interface, right? Bam. Now, I got everything clocked down here. I have a master clock, which is my Apogee Big Ben clock. So everything is clocked to the same freaking frequency. Master clock, external clock, D to A. I don't know. Maybe it's the D to A thing, but I don't think it's this one. Because I want everything to be to the external clock. It's internal clock though. Flip this off and flip it back on. Because usually everything is set to sync to my master clock, which is my Big Ben. And right now, I got it on interior clock, which I don't think have anything to do with it. But before I shut this program down again, I am going to I'm gonna play around over here with the interface, my A to D interface, and then I'm gonna load this back up, and I'm gonna see if shifting these bad boys around, because it's supposed to be on ADAT, external, and there you go. That's where it's supposed to be. Hear how it's growling? Hear that? So, because that's using external clock. I'm going to go TIDF and see if it works with the TIDF and whether it holds up. Because, I mean, it starts off all right. Then all of a sudden, bam, now all of a sudden I got this distortion that's going on. And again, if it starts to get past another hour, and I ain't got all day, I'm just going to chill and learn to battle another day and let it clearly go through my head and thinking like, okay, nah, something is up. Bada bing, bada boom. So let's go and open up the session one more time. All right. Put this out the way now. And I use my SSL just to clean it up with the EQ. Clean up the master track with the EQ. It might be a little bright, might be whatever. I use that, and I usually kick in the analog emulator, and then everything else is just playing with it from there. It's 3-band EQ, 3-band parametric, and also got filters up top to kind of ward off some unwanted filtering. All right, so let's see what it sounds like now with the clock set. If it starts going, then I'm just going to go down here and start working with the buttons on my interface. But right now, it sounds great to me. Here I can add volume. Y'all can't see what I'm doing, but I'm using the, like I said, SSL G channel. I always put the low frequency in, pop that off, just in case I want to, boost a certain frequency. Like for this song, you got a lot of low end anyway. I don't need to put really too much more low end. But that tick, 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 I'll probably try to calm that down a little bit. See how I took that out a little bit? So now I'm good with the EQ right now. I'm straight. I'm not even messing with the mid frequency yet because I won't start messing with those until like the vocals start kicking in. And then when the vocals come in, then I'll be like, all right, cool. Let's turn the mic down a little bit. It's getting a little hot. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'll turn once I cut the vocals and everything, okay, I need to carve out space for the vocals. So then I'll mess around with the EQ. Secondly, what I put on here is called the space piece. And the reason I use that because I like the effect of it opening up the stereo. So I go to the sound field, and sometimes there's a couple in here, but for the most part, I use the S1 imager sometimes, but mostly I use the if you want to know, I use the Air stereo width, and with that I can spread the stereo out. Now again, you guys are gonna hear stereo because unless I was doing this, just doing a video and then uploading it, you're only gonna hear mono. In fact, all I'm hearing is mono because I'm just listening to what you guys are listening to. But if I put on my headphones, then I'll hear it. But right now, since I'm just demonstrating and logging in the second part of this album getting started, which again is Holla at Your Boy. What time is it? Can you do 10:45 a.m.? No, I cannot. No, I cannot. I cannot. I cannot. I could do 10 o'clock, like I said. I could do what we're doing now. Y'all trying to get me to do something I don't want to do. I'm here helping you on a Saturday. You got a lot of business, and you still keep giving me work till you change the work. Then you give me work till you change the work. You know, I don't understand though, man. Except to never be disorganized. But I understand what they're doing. You're moving stuff around. But once you give me what I got and I confirm it, I'm sticking with that. If anything changes, it's just going to change. At this point, I got 4 pieces of work tomorrow. One starting at 1 o'clock. So I got to be there at 12. Because they're going to take me that long way. Actually, I'll be there at 11, and then I can set myself up. And then I got a 2:30, I got a 1 o'clock, a 2:30 pickup, a 4 o'clock pickup from Philly International, and a 7 o'clock pickup. Actually, I got delivered. Okay, my first 2 are drop-offs at the airport, and my other ones are pickups at the airport. All right, so that's my work for tomorrow. But I'm down here working right now in the lab. Let's get this thing working again. There it is. So now I really have to see if it's actually my interface, which I don't think it is, because I'm going to test that easy by taking it out of the interface. Now I'll plug it into the mixer, which I know the mixer is solid. That's not even any doubt. And if it's still making that noise now, then we know it's either the interface that's flip-flapping up. I'm going to put that back in there. It's either the interface is acting up or it's the software. It's one or the other. So right now I'm going to I'm going to save this because I added something. And then I'm going to shut down this whole situation. Now again, I don't know whether the interface or not. I got it locked to SPDIF. Maybe what I'll do, let me take it off the lock of SPDIF. Because I only use SPDIF if I'm actually like, I only use SPDIF if I'm trying, usually when I'm doing analog, I like to have SPDIF in for my vocals and stuff because it's cleaner. And I might not want the interface, to be affected by, I don't want the interface I'm running the mic through. I might be using SSL or something like that. I don't want that to interfere. And now I'm going into the interface of the Sapphire. I don't want to do that. I want it to be clean using SPDIF. And that's why I set to SPDIF. So now it's back to SPDIF. Let's open up Pro Tools again and see how that works. All right, let's check it out. I got 2 people here. Thank my 2 people for being here. Appreciate it. And the 5 that's going to end up seeing this whole situation. I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much. Hilarious. I look at the Chavez fight while I'm going through this. I gotta go and get some water. This says Chavez Melvin Killer won. That's right. They did fight twice. That's a shame what happened to that brother. He won this fight. He won the Chavez fight, and that stupid ref stopped it, and then he just went down from there. Meldrick was the man up here in Cheltenham. Had like 5 cars, 5 Benzes. He was running the world. All of a sudden, he started getting on drugs because he couldn't get past. He probably couldn't get past the fact that if he had to beat Chavez, excuse me, oh, I'm sorry, ooh, he would have been the man. All right, so now I'm documenting what I did. Now I've changed the clock setting on the interface to internal. Let's see what we get now.
We're halfway through this. How do you see it? Larry, I've got nothing, Taylor. Winning the fight overwhelmingly. 6-0, 60-54 on points based on clean punching and ring generalship. Julio says that Chavez just can't seem to go to the right and cut off Melvin Taylor when Taylor goes to the left, and Taylor's out punching him, and that's all there is to it. It's all Melvin Taylor. I have Taylor pitching a shutout so far.
And y'all can't hear me adjusting the stereo, like I said, because I don't have stereo going through lives. You can't do stereo through YouTube Live, as far as I know. Even though my interface is set up to do it, it's just not kicking it out for some reason. Well, it could be. It could be my unit. I don't know. But this is good enough. See how long I'm gonna let this play before it starts doing something. All right, so there we go. I was trying to give it time to kick in before I do something, and I'm trying to change my schedule again. I am going to save this again.
But flying out of the airport itself is more nerve-wracking than any ride in the park.
That's why I don't fly. It don't make any sense.
While this plane was about to land, the pilot realized that the landing gear was stuck in the wrong direction, and so the plane was 99% likely to end the lives of all passengers by crashing. And while the majority of pilots would have started to panic seeing this, pilot Scott Burke remained very calm. Knowing that the Airbus was way too heavy for him, the pilot began to make turns around the airport to gradually empty the fuel of the plane. And once it was light enough to potentially land, Captain Scott Burke began to descend to try one of the most dangerous landing maneuvers that exist. But that was more difficult than expected, since all the passengers were watching the media channels live, which spoke of all the
Oh, snap, that's crazy. I gotta start this up again. Yeah, it's still flip-flapping. All right, so we're going to shut this down again. Because it might be Pro Tools. I don't know. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to shut this down. And I am going to, and I'm going to do a,
miraculously, the tire did not tear, and the plane was able to land without any accident.
I'm going to, do what we call a dish utility on this. And by doing this dish utility, maybe if there's some gremlins within that, I don't know. So, because I don't think I ever recorded on this, I don't think I ever recorded on this disc that I'm using. So it could be that. I don't know. It's probably not. But it has nothing to do. I mean, the disc I'm recording on, unless I play some more music through that to see if that's going to affect it, which will probably be what I have to do next, right? Play some music. I'm gonna load it back up again with the interface. Then I ran dish utility. I got internal lock, but I'm gonna put it back on sync lock because I now see it didn't make a difference whether it was on sync or which call. So you got on spit of sync, and they're gonna go to. I should just pick a whole nother song from someplace else. Oh, hold on. All right, back to the fight.
On April 10th of this year, a tragedy happened just over the Hudson. A Bell 206 L4 helicopter with 6 people on board crashed into the Hudson River. We did a video on that shortly after that accident. The NTSB report is now out.
So I'm gonna see.
And the NTSB report is
open?
notorious for what it doesn't say as much as what it does say. It's not a very long report. So I'm going to talk about what's
All right,
in
let's
this
try it
report,
again. We're gonna let it run
I'm going to talk about what I
and
think
see
is
what
not in
happens.
it, what I think the cause of the
And then what I might do is open up a song that I've already recorded and see what that does. To see, I know it's not the music. I really don't really need to do that because this music I just imported in off of a CD. But let's see how it goes.
Was involved in an accident near Jersey City, New Jersey. The pilot and 5 passengers were fatally injured. The helicopter was operated as a Title 14 Code Federal Aviation Part 91 tour helicopter. On page 2, it talks about the last minute of the flight. It gives us a detail about the whole flight route. It took off just south of the Holland Tunnel, went down by the Statue of Liberty, did a 360.
I'm gonna add some more tracks while I'm at. I'm gonna add some more tracks. Because eventually I'm still gonna have to cut this track. So we're gonna do 8. I usually do 8. I usually do 8 solo tracks. Just enough to do like double background, whatever. And then I have like 2. So it'll be more than that. I'll probably let me just load up. Let me load up 16 tracks.
25 feet. They climb back up to 675 feet according to
12
this report,
tracks.
and that's important, and I'm going to tell you why.
I load 12 mono tracks, and then I'm gonna
reported time, altitude, and ground speed.
load up 4 stereo bus tracks. The stereo buses, and that's what they call aux inputs. And what I'm gonna do is, once I get the tracks, like all the background done, all this stuff, then I'll bounce it over or transfer it over to a bus track, and that way that bus track can be cool. So usually I have 4 buses. I don't know why I just added 1. Add 2 more.
3:14, almost 3:15 in the afternoon.
3.
The helicopter's last observed altitude was 125 feet. So we've all seen those pictures where the aircraft was coming
Okay.
apart. It was in 3 distinct pieces. Several witnesses described hearing several loud bangs emanating from the helicopter. That's important
Okay.
information. Surveillance video with accompanying audio captured the helicopter traveling south before it suddenly
Here we go.
separated into 3 major sections. Those 3 sections were the fuselage, including
Save
the
this.
engine, the main rotor system, including both
And I might do a
intact,
I might do a quick guitar track just to see what happens.
and the roof beam structure.
Then we put 1.
The second one, and then a tail beam, including the tail rotor. Those 3 things came apart. There are some really grainy photos here that we can show you, but the helicopter was not equipped with any sort of video or audio recording devices. Photos of the pilot taken just before the helicopter took off shows that he was wearing these sunglasses. They were able to record data. They did not recover those from the accident scene. Now I want you to take a look at these 3 grainy photos because the first one is the aircraft is completely intact.
Now I actually can use this mic right here, really, if I want to, and put some in there because I'm coming out of 4. I can send 4 over to what's called. So let me get a nice long cable and see if I can just drop just me talking.
The aircraft yawed severely, or did it yaw severely and the tail came off? Now, if it yawed severely, it may cause that tail to snap. That would do it.
So
There's
we're gonna do is
nothing
we're gonna
really
take the
from
mic that I'm in
report
now,
to indicate
and I'm gonna
why
run it into the
fuselage,
system.
main part of the aircraft,
Stand
yaw that violently,
by.
or even how it could have yawed that violently. I don't think the pilot could induce that from his controls, but maybe he could. The winds were not.
Mic check, 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 check. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. So you still got this scratching thing going on. You have no idea why it's scratching. It's scratching. It's really scratching now. Alright, so save this. Shut it down.
Now, let's take
Mic check.
the next photo.
So now you hear me on the mic, right?
All
Alright.
As we're looking
You
down,
hear me
the
on
helicopter is
the
pointed this way.
microphone.
You can see that on the left side of the
So
airport
now, while I'm
is
doing
where
this,
that clean line is.
and you also hear the computer. Alright, so I'm gonna hit the track and I'm gonna record while the track is banging. Hey, take me back. I gotta find a punch in. Here you go, quick punch. Gotta be able to quick punch. Hey, 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 why can't you stay a man? Hey, hey. Want me to be with you? Ain't what the sun of you. Ow, ow. I had to turn it up a little bit, which I shouldn't have to, but I don't want to turn the preamp up a lot. And again, I would rather be mic check 1 2. I would rather really be doing I'd rather be doing spitif, but we're not. For the sake of this, where's the reverb? Mic check. I ain't got a lot of reverb up, dog. You gotta turn a little reverb up, dog. Turn up the verb, dog. Turn it up, turn it up. Hey, hey. Hey, oh, oh. Turn it up, let me hear you say. Sweet and wet, that's what it says. I like that. I like the MP's blue. Oh. 1, 2. Spring flame. Got a delay too. Got a delay. I need a verb dog. I need a verb dog. Big studio verb dog. That's a lot of verb dog. We can back it off, dog. They don't make noise like that because it's old as crap. All right, here we go. I'm gonna sing a verse before it starts. And then I might just entertain the fact that I might have to hook up another interface and try to get that to work. Crazy, man. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know unless you want me to be a so make you laugh. I'm singing you love. I like this mic. I really like this mic. Say you were the best man. Tell me that you got a friend today. You know what I gotta do, what I say. All right, let's see what it sounds like. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to it. I'm so confused. I just don't know whether it really is the software. I'm gonna do a total turn off now. Y'all not gonna hear me for a while. I'm gonna turn everything off, the whole computer off and everything, because it starts off fine, and then all of a sudden we got this old hanky-panky going on. Hanky-panky, panky, hanky. Can't see the dot, but I know what it's saying. All right, so I'm gonna shut it down, save it. I'll tell you, it's like new album right now, The Process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know unless you want me to be of me. So if you love, I'll see that you love. I like this mic. I really like this mic. Say it was best for me. Tell me that you got a friend today. You know what I gotta do is what I say. So far, it's doing pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug in the guitar. I'm going to plug in the guitar. I'm going to play some on the guitar and see how that sounds, and I'll holler at your boy, okay? All right? Okay, now. Don't be getting shy. Don't be getting shy. Don't get shy. And I might try to use some other type of interfaces. Like I got all this stuff up here. Y'all can't even see it. Let me see if I can turn it. Because now, you can see, I'll let y'all see more besides the stuff that I'm standing right on top of now. I'll let y'all see more of stuff I've been using to the mixer and all that stuff. Y'all can see more now. Whereas before I was actually letting you see, more of the instrumentation while I'm on what you call so. And you don't necessarily need to see me. You don't need to see my face. I'm right here, believe me, I'm right here. My hand, that's me, that's my hand. So now what I'm ready to do is I'm gonna plug the guitar in, the cable. And I should use the SSL. I should plug into the SSL, but now here we go. We're getting grimy. We gotta find out what this really, really truly is. Because this is just not a good look. For the situation. Let me check something out real quick before I shut this in again. Check. Yeah, I got to really consider it. I'm trying to use my other interface because it's not working. Try to change that again. The other one. New album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. New album right now. The process. I've had enough frustration with this for the night. It's not going to get any better. And, the tireder you get, the more you don't try to, like, man, I can't figure this out. I spent, like, half the day in this computer over here. Crazy. Way new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. New album right now, the process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know unless you want me to be of me. I'm sending you love. I like this mic. I really like this mic. Say it was better. Tell me that you got a friend, baby. You know what I gotta do is what I say. Now it's got the mic on hot. So what I just did was I had the guitar part on track 3. Right now we're not gripping and grabbing right now. I don't know, maybe I got to reset the unit tomorrow or something like that. But what I did was, ouch, too much gear on here, not enough space. So my guitar is plugged into, what is out the way? My guitar, stop that too. My guitar is plugged into my SSL 6. And it's really cool. I mean, it sounds pretty nice. It's, you know, and the thing about it is, like, I just recorded that guitar, but I have so many other processors because I like to use a lot of outboard gear. But I don't have a lot. I used to have really a lot. But I got enough that I can make some things happen. So, say if I want that guitar to come out now, and I might want to send it into my 160 compressor. So let me show you how I do that. I'm gonna get a little short cable here. Hopefully I'm a little short. So what I'm gonna do is The guitar is coming out of number 3. So I'm gonna grab number 3. This is here. Or number 4. It's number 4. I'm gonna take number 4, it's coming out, and I'm gonna send it to my patch bay number 20. Get back out of 20. And now when the guitar play, you should see my DBX 160 light up. So let's give it a try. See what's up. Check out the right input. You can see this meter up here is moving. And the thing about that, that's the compressor. See how it brought the guitar out. And I can do the same thing for the vocals. I can have the vocals come through that. You know what I mean, if I want to clean up. But I'm probably gonna have the vocals come out of one of the other ones on the top, which are the RNCs. For those of you familiar with the FMR RNCs, really nice compressors. Because that's like a good compressor. Compressor don't always have to compress. Compressors could be used for the internal electronics of it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna stop it because we're still doing pretty good right now, right? So I'm gonna change the effect. And I'm gonna use my other effect processor here. Pan, bada bing, bada boom. And I think this should be my bottom one. This should be, I think, this might be the TC Electronics piece for the guitar. So let's see, hit it. So you hear that? So that's my lexicon, and right now it's set on delay echo, but we don't want that. So you're probably gonna I'll reset it and I'll put it on a room. It said room fat space. And now I can turn the guitar right here. Start compressing it, and you can see from there, now compressing, the red is actually compressing. There's no compression. And we're doing pretty good so far, as long as we start and stop this thing. So as you can see the compressor working. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this vocal, I'm going to take this mic, and I'm going to run it through one of the top compressors, the real nice compressors. And that way we can get used to starting to get in a mix down mode. But again, you know, this is a whole process. And, you know, it's one thing to go into a studio, yeah, cut that track, yeah, they're doing banging, dog. Oh, that's snap. Now somebody has to mix this down. And then you might have to add some parts, like me, add a guitar part, whatever. And then after you do that, this is oh snap. These cables just will not stay where I want them to stay. So I'm gonna take the vocal out now, and I'm gonna put it through a compressor as well. Now I can use my inside compressors in Pro Tools. I don't do that. That's why I buy external gear. All right. So now we're here. Now I'm in. So I have another compressor up here. Now this is a stereo compressor, but I only have one thing coming in it. So I'm gonna let something play, and then I'm gonna compress it while that vocal's playing. Here we go. It's starting to growl. I hear it. It's starting to come up. It's starting to growl. I forgot to take the record button off. Hold on. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know it. And now you can see the other compressor. You can also see me talking through the compressor here. But I mean, it's far away, but this is my RNC compressor here, which is a really nice compressor. They call it really nice compressor because you can actually run something through it. And you can put light compression on it. I can really hit it heavy if I want. I can hit it like this, put a little bit more threshold on it, and then we'll get a little bit more squash. So now, again, here we go. We're back to the problem again. So now we're going to cut that off. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making an way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know that you want me to be the me. So if you love, I've seen that you lie. I like this mic. I really like the mic. Say you want the best of me. Tell me that you got a friend today. You know what I gotta do, ain't what I say. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know that you want me to be the me. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know that you want me to be the me. So if you love, I've seen that you lie. I like this mic. I really like the mic. Say you want the best of me. Tell me that you got a friend today. You know what I gotta do, ain't what I say. Way, new album right now. The process. Welcome to another video. Just me and you making another album today. Do tell me how you feel about it. Tell me what you know is real about it. I don't know unless you want me to be a me. So if you love, I'm singing you love. I like this mic. I really like this mic. Think about the best way. Tell me that you got a friend indeed. You know why I gotta do what I say. Way, new album right. Mic check. So look, that went all the way through a song. So maybe what I did was I didn't reset it per se, but what I did do was now I decided to bring another piece of equipment that was all the way over here and bring it over here to put it in this rack. I reset it, I restarted the computer, and I did a couple other things, and that seems to be working pretty good. So hopefully we keep it up. All right, what we're gonna do, we're gonna import another song, all right? So here we go. All right, y'all. So I'm about done. I just wanted to get everything started. I'm still having that problem. We had got through a whole song before, and now it's still going back to doing that thing. So I don't know. I have to check the unit out. All else fails, I just gotta buy another same one, or I got one that I got from my man. Try to implement that one into the system, or maybe just maybe that will work. But at this particular point, I mean, I only need like an input, pretty much just to get the sound into the system. So if I got to find another way to do it, then I will. But at this point, but I do need for the playback too. What am I talking about? I do need for the playback as well. But we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for stopping by and checking me out. And still got a little bit more stuff to do. And heaven willing, I want to get this album done very soon. We're not rushing, but it don't take forever to get an album done. You know what I mean? So we're gonna pop this off so we can be ready to promote it when it comes to June. We'll be fully ready to start promoting this album to the Grammy members and everybody that them hear what's going on. And we're gonna see what we can do. All right. So you have a great night. Talk to you soon. Talk to you. I'm out of here.
Round after round, the Frenchman continued to press, but the knockdown never came. This was the first fight where Christian